Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome to the halftime with Vegeta. Match review, match reaction, whatever you want to call it, to the Man United game versus Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal wins the game 1-0. Um, this is going to be a brief video, just some thoughts on the game. Wasn't entirely happy with the starting 11. I, I still don't believe that Bruno Fernandes is a number 8, but I'll cover that topic later on in the video. Casemiro had a good game, though. I was a bit worried about him as well, but he had a pretty decent game. Dogu's continuing his good form from preseason. Pretty happy with that. But I feel like a lot of the intent to win was left on the bench from the manager. To a degree, it felt like we were playing for a draw, which at certain points in the game felt like we were going to get there, but we never did. And the reason why I say that is you bought two number 10s just to end up having one of them play in the false nine position. And look, credit to Mason Mount, because I wasn't happy with his selection either, but he had a pretty decent game. I just feel like these players are also can also be on the bench. We don't need Ruben forcing all of his children upon us. You know, Dalot, Bruno, Mason Mount. Obviously, some of these guys had good games. Actually, when I say some, I actually mean Mount, because Dalot did his usual nonsense, non-existent performance. Bruno was chaotic to how we're playing today, passing without looking. And people can say when you're trying to create, you give away the ball, but that was recklessness beyond an acceptable degree of recklessness. He wasn't on board with what we were all trying to do. This is a team sport. It's not an individual sport. Your fellow teammates are doing their job, Bruno. How about you don't give away the ball? If you're not able to somehow find a means to trust your teammates, then in my honest opinion, you've become a liability that needs to be sold. Whether fans are ready for that conversation or not is between them and their eyeballs. I just don't see how we keep Bruno in this team without him being a detriment to us, because he's not a box to box player. He's not fit to play number 8. That's not an indictment on Bruno, doesn't mean that Bruno's a bad player. I just think for the betterment of the team, he can't play in the number 8. That's Ruben's problem to solve. Sheshko looked like a man that was desperate to be on the pitch. Watching the images of Sheshko on the bench was gut wrenching to a degree, and you could see just how enthusiastic he was when he jumped onto the pitch, and the difference having a number 9 made in terms of the runs he was making. It's just a pity that some of the balls we had in the first half from Mbeumo didn't have a Benjamin Sheshko to try and get onto. Because again, we're trying to play a false nine when we've got two number 9s on the bench. Now you might say people are not fit enough, people are just coming back from injury. I say play Benjamin, even if it's for 60 minutes. He looked like he wanted to be there, and he looked like he's got the fitness capabilities to at least play a first half and a bit more. Again, that's Ruben's problem to solve. Ahmad Diallo doesn't go underneath the radar. A little bit better than Delo, but also making questionable decisions, stepping in front of Mbuemo. Why are you cutting across your fellow teammates' path to score? Are you the opponent's defender or our player, bro? Make up your mind. Do better. Baindia has a better game because collectively we are looking much better in defense. But when called upon, I think he did a decent job. People will say that the goal that he gave away or we conceded was soft, but I think that's a foul on Bindia. And if that was any other goalkeeper, I believe that gets given as a foul. I just think Man United fans are so addicted to being negative that it's just easy to say it's Bindia's fault. But I think Bindia had a pretty decent game. As far as the hesitations we had, I don't think Arsenal Football Club offered anything to us in this game. If anything, they were non existent. Playing for corners, celebrating each corner like it's a goal, high fiving each other. Really pathetic performance for a club that's supposed to be a title contender for this season. Relying on those sort of tactics that have failed you before, clearly haven't learned anything. Adding a number nine has added no dimension to their game because we did not feel the presence of Victor Gyökeres today. And I don't know if it's down to just Gyökeres or if it's just how Arteta is choosing to play football. But honestly, my thoughts and sentiments towards Arsenal were vindicated when I said I don't fear Arsenal. There was nothing to fear. Well, in hindsight, the only thing we had to fear today was the lack of refereeing, because it seems that the referee's eyes worked sporadically throughout today's game. The clear foul on our goalkeeper doesn't get given, and yet whenever the Arsenal Acting Association footballers are falling all over the place, he seems to have a working pair of eyes. VAR was marked absent today. He called in sick because whenever we had penalty calls, we were not even given the benefit of the doubt of reviewing them using the virtual assistant referee. Now, some might say it might be down to the fact that Old Trafford is falling apart, so we might not have VAR on the grounds, but we will never know. Maybe there is no VAR this season, and we just got the memo today. So, shout out to the refs, man of the match. You did brilliantly. You will make the front pages. You will be the ones that we speak about on Twitter in the comment sections. I'm happy. I'm happy for you. You guys get to be the celebrities you've always wanted to be. Otherwise, I'm happy with the overall performance from Man United. The urgency is different. The intention is different from the team this season. We still lack the final product. I think it's down to our midfield. As it's set up, it just doesn't work. But it doesn't seem like we're getting a midfield replacement anytime soon. So we have to contend with the filth that we are presented. I'm of the opinion that we are moving towards a direction where we no longer need a player like Bruno Fernandes who needs to save us. We do not need a savior, we need a team. And if Bruno is unwilling to trust his new teammates and his squad as a whole, then he needs to find the door next season. That's just how I feel about Bruno at this point in time. As for Ruben, we give you a preseason just for you to turn your back on some of the stuff you showed us. Good luck to you, bro, because you get a full season from where I'm standing. Otherwise, we move. I don't want to be overly downtrodden. Like I said, that if you compare this to last season, it is night and day. The team performed overall better, conceded less shots, conceded less opportunities. We're obviously still doing stupid individual mistakes that are giving the opposition the opportunity to get at us. But otherwise, let me not be bitter. Congratulations to Arsenal. We play Fulham next, I want to say. We better win that. But we will cover that in a live stream. Please like, share, and subscribe. Give me your thoughts. Let me know that I'm a crackhead. Defend Bruno to your heart's content. Tell me how wrong I am about the referees. Whatever your heart's desire is. Be sure to share so that other people can join in on the conversation. Have a good day, guys. Cheers.